Social media questions and answers. Last week I asked you guys what are your most pressing questions when it comes to social media, and you guys had a lot to ask. So let me open your question from last week's Instagram poll. There was a lot of stuff about Reels, and then there was also some stuff about social media management tips in general. So I'm gonna do a mix of both. So let's start with what is the hardest thing about working as a social media manager? The hardest thing here is the mindset that some people have is that when you work for yourself or you're a freelancer, now you work in social media, that you somehow magically don't work. It's still work. You're still working a lot. And it's not just posting a post, right? It's a lot of marketing involved, hence why it's called social media marketing. So you need to be able to think strategically. You need to be able to research content. You need to understand your clients' clients so that you can create content for them. Otherwise, you are more of a person who executes, and I did a video for that a while back. Basically, that means you're more of a social media assistant. There's nothing wrong with either or. It's just when you work as a social media manager, you're the one doing the social media strategy and also executing it, which means your knowledge is at a higher level, and therefore you're also charging way more. Which brings me to another question, and that is, how many clients can one manage in total? 6, 10, or 20? Honestly, if you can manage 20 clients on your own, you must have some badass systems. I feel personally that's not realistic as just a freelancer without any help. Now, there are two different ways how I go about this. I would say you can comfortably manage 5 to 6 clients on your own. I used to manage 10 at a time, but for that, I've already outsourced quite a lot. Like, I've outsourced the caption writing part because I wasn't necessarily very good at it. However, nowadays you have so many more systems with AI, so you can get support through that. But if you are at 10 clients, you might want to look at outsourcing a part, even if it's graphic design. And if you have 20 clients, you definitely want to outsource. So let's say your package would be $2,000 and you outsource a part of it, let's say $500, $600, and you're still making like $1,400 a month. You're still doing some work. So I always do the strategy. I don't outsource that part because that's really the reason why a client came to me. But maybe it doesn't have to be me then uploading all the photos or the videos into a scheduling tool, and maybe it also doesn't have to be me to actually edit the reels if I already gave the idea. So these are just some things when it comes to managing clients. Now, we just talked about Reels. One of the most common questions was, how do I get a lot of views on Reels? And one other question was, how do I still get reach on Reels without using trending audios? So for those of you who don't know, if you have a business account, you are not allowed to use trending audios. Even if you are an influencer, you're not allowed to use trending audios because you cannot use it for business purpose. So only if you're a private person and you never promote any business, you can use it as a personal account. So how do you still get views? The good news is the times are over where you would only get views when you use a trending audio. So the bad news for those who are not good at social media marketing is it's harder to get views, and that's the good news for you as a social media manager. Now they need to hire someone who helps them with that. The most important thing are the first 3 seconds of any video. If people go past those 3 seconds, it will show the algorithm that your video is good. So we call this the hook. You can have a visual hook or you can have a text-based hook. So a hook would be you're making 3 mistakes in your skincare routine and you don't even know it. So I'm saying this, it almost takes 3 seconds to say it, and people think like, oh, what is the mistake I'm probably making? So you'll watch the video, right? Or a hook could be a video footage that is so amazing, let's say the Maldives or Bali, that people just want to continue watching it. If that is so good, people will continue watching. And then it depends on you, on your creativity. What are you going to do in order to make people stay longer on that video? Are you funny, or do you give a lot of educational content? Do what feels most aligned for you, but also do what the target audience reacts to. So if you're not getting any engagement back by trying to be funny, then maybe try a different approach. Also look at your numbers. So if you're not getting any views, or you're not getting good results with Reels, but you're getting really good results with Instagram carousel posts, for example, maybe your audience isn't into short form video content because your target audience might be a different age or might be at a different education level, so they don't watch as many Reels. So that all plays a huge part, and that, my friends, is why we have a social media strategy. And that is why we're not just creating content based on what the client just says that they want to do, but we're coming in with a strategic approach. Now, there is one other question on how to do a strategy. There is an older video on my YouTube channel. Otherwise, this is quite a big topic, so I cover these topics inside my course. There's another question, and what are the best courses to learn social media? Well, I would obviously suggest my own social media manager course, where you learn everything there is to know and you'll get all the templates needed. We have a full template vault where you get access to all these templates needed. One other question is where to look for a social media management job. Should I reach out to businesses I want to work with? There are so many different ways on how you can find social media management jobs. I have a video where I share with you a little bit on how you can do it on LinkedIn. There's also Indeed, where you can look for remote work or contract work. Because remember, being a full-time employee is completely different in social media management than a freelancer. So you want to look for contract work and freelance work. I personally would still suggest that reaching out to businesses is the best way to get clients. Now, you don't want to send them a copy-paste email. You also don't want to send them an email that starts with why they should hire you and why you're the best person. Your email should focus on them. How can you help their business? And again, I cover that all in my course, so I'm not going to go into detail about that. But you want to first figure out, who do you want to work with? Come up with an industry with your target audience that you want to work with. Let's say health coaches. Then you're going to go on LinkedIn and you're going to look for health coaches. And I have a video for this. And then in there, you're going to look for some health coaches. You're going to look at their social media profiles and see if you feel they could be improved. And if yes, you're going to send them a personalized pitch. So very personalized for each person individually. And that's how I got the most clients to start with. One other way, and so many people don't do that, tell your friends and family, tell your whole network, blast it out there everywhere, put it on your LinkedIn, put it on your Instagram. That is the best way to get clients. And because I know this will be a question, or is a question most of the time, you don't need to have any followers. You don't need to have your own Instagram profile. What you do need is experience, and for that you want to start your own portfolio. Again, there is a video about how to create your own portfolio, and we also have the portfolio template available, obviously inside the template vault, but also if you just want the portfolio, it's in one of the bundles that you can get as well. Alright guys, if you have any more social media manager questions, pop them below this video, because I love doing these kind of videos as well. So if you want more of these videos, your specific questions answered, let me know below. See you soon. Bye.